We don't know what the future of the Taliban is, but I can tell you from personal experience that this is a ruthless group from the past, and whether or not they change remains to be seen.
The chairman of the American Joint Chiefs of Staff saying Wednesday it's possible the U.S. would coordinate with the Taliban in counter-terrorism strikes against ISIS-K or other terror groups in Afghanistan. That just a couple of days after the U.S. exit from Kabul, after the Taliban seized control, and the longest U.S. war came to an end.
In war, you do what you must in order to reduce risk to mission and force, not what you necessarily want to do.
The future is uncertain for the millions living in Afghanistan under Taliban rule. More than a third of the population lives on less than $2 a day. For those who do have access to money, there are hours-long wait times at banks with strict limits on cash withdrawals, just as the currency is sinking and inflation is rising. Taliban officials say a new Afghan government could be announced in the coming days, something they say will help improve the situation. But drought and a lack of outside aid are compounding problems. And there are growing fears for women and girls.
This was our nightmare, that Taliban will come and capture all the Afghanistan in just a few days.
A former player for Afghanistan's women's national soccer team who fled to France is among those doubting attempts by the Taliban to portray themselves as willing to allow more freedoms for women than before, now that they're back in power. The last time the Taliban ran Afghanistan, women were barred from taking part in sport or from working outside the home and had to cover themselves from head to toe in public.
There is no future for women in Afghanistan for now, for many years ago. So all the things become a zero. Everything destroyed for future. With Taliban, there is no future.
And from the United Nations Refugee Agency Wednesday, they're renewing their calls for $300 in international aid for Afghanistan's humanitarian crisis. Melissa Duggan, City News.